First, here's how I went about creating a vocab to int dictionary and encoding our word data, and there are a few ways to do this. I chose to use this imported counter to create a dictionary that maps the most common words in our reviews text to the smallest integers. So the first thing I'm doing is to get a count of how many times each of our words actually appears in our word data, using counter and passing in our words. Then with these counts, I'm creating a sorted vocabulary. This sorts each unique word by its frequency of occurrence. So this vocab should hold all of the unique words that make up our word data, without any repeats, and it will be sorted by commonality. I also know that I want to start encoding my words with the integer value of 1 rather than 0. So the most common word, like the or of, should actually be encoded as 1. And I'm making sure that we start our indexing at 1 by using enumerate and passing in our vocab and our starting index, 1. Enumerate is going to return a numerical value, II, and a word in our vocabulary. And it will do this in order, so our first index is going to be 1, and the first word is going to be the most common word in our sorted vocabulary. So to create the dictionary vocab to int, I'm taking each unique word in our vocab and mapping it to an index starting at the value 1. Great. Next, I'm using this dictionary to tokenize all of our word data. So here I'm looking at each individual review. Each of these is one item in review split from before when I separated reviews by the new line character. Then for each word in a review, I'm using my dictionary to convert that word into its integer value. And I'm appending the tokenized review to reviews ints. So the end result will be a list of tokenized reviews. And here in the cells below, I'm printing out the length of my dictionary and my first sample encoded review. I can see that my dictionary is a bit over 74,000 words long, which means that we have this many unique words that make up our reviews data. And let's take a look at this tokenized review. I'm not seeing any 0 values, which is good, and these encoded values look as I might expect. So I've successfully encoded the review words, and I'll move on to the next task, which is encoding our labels. So in this case, I want to look at my labels text data and turn the word positive into 1 and negative into 0. Now we haven't much processed our labels data, and I know, much like the reviews text, that a new label is on every new line in this file. So I can get a list of labels, label split, by splitting our loaded in data using the new line character as a delimiter. Then I just have a statement that says, for every label in this label split list, I'm going to add 1 to my array if it reads as positive, and a 0 otherwise. And I'm wrapping this in mp.array, and that's all I need to do to create an array of encoded labels. Alright, this is a good start. There are still a few data cleanup and formatting steps that I'll want to take before we get to defining our model, so let's address those tasks next.